Did you know you can film viral real estate content with just your phone? Well, today I have a special guest, Tyler Hassman, who has done just that. He has over 100,000 followers on Instagram and has gotten videos with over 1 million views on some of those videos, and he has gone absolutely viral using just his phone.
This is what $3.8 million gets you in Calgary, Alberta. Let's step inside and go and check this place out. This is truly a one-of-one home. I mean, just imagine your living room having this wall of windows and super tall ceilings. The double-sided fireplace is so elegant, and behind that is the sleek kitchen. Here you'll find the illuminated large island and some incredible tile work on the walls. And just off the kitchen is where you have the bright dining room, and beside that is the temperature-controlled wine display.
So if you thought making viral real estate content was super complicated, we're gonna prove you wrong.
What's up, you guys? My name is Tyler Hassman, and I'm so excited to be on Kurtis's channel here and to give you guys all of the secrets on the stuff I use to film viral real estate content. Now, what I'm about to show you, this stuff I use is stuff that I've used since day one, and it's what I use on filming the cheapest properties in all of North America and some of the most expensive, all the way up to $45 million. All of this gear has gotten me hundreds, if not thousands of leads. It's gotten me tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of views, all from what I'm about to show you. You don't need no crazy fancy cameras or just this crazy stuff. You can just do it with stuff that you've already got. The first piece of gear is the most important, and it's something that you already have. It's a phone. So if you have an iPhone, amazing. If you have an Android, I always joke, go get an iPhone. But with all seriousness, Android is just fine. But the phone is all I use for the majority of my videos, right? I don't have the newest, latest, greatest phone. I mean, I could go get one, but my trusted iPhone 13 with the smash back has been with me for the past 3 years from when I first started making these home tour videos, and it's been great. So now, of course, you've already got the phone, but it's all about the settings, which is actually very, very important, okay? If you don't have the right settings and you're not filming in the right zoom, then your videos will not even come close to the way my videos or Kurtis's videos look. Now, the settings, Kurtis has a whole nother video about all the settings and what settings you need to have, but I'm gonna quickly overview the settings I use right now for you guys. So what I do is I film in 0.5 zoom. So 0.5 zoom is essentially like a fisheye lens, so everything looks wide angle and a lot wider. I then film in 4K and 60 frames per second, which essentially means it's just super high quality. So those are my camera settings, and if that is totally foreign to you, go watch Kurtis's other video, or maybe you came from that video and now you're watching this one and you're familiar with it. But all you need is a phone, 0.5 zoom, and 4K 60 frames, 4K 30, whatever, and you've got everything you need. You don't need a fancy camera. The next piece of gear we're gonna talk about is the gimbal. So what is a gimbal? It's this fancy contraption. Some of you might know what this is, and for those of you that don't, a gimbal essentially stabilizes your phone. So what that means is when you're walking or you're like running throughout a house, it'll be super smooth. So without a gimbal, you might have to be very cautious when you're filming and try to be very sturdy. But when the phone is on a gimbal like this, you just put your phone on nice and easy, turn the gimbal on, and it's almost like the phone is like floating there. And you could run throughout the house, go up the stairs, go down the stairs, take all these wild turns, and it'll be super smooth. So it's just a contraption that essentially makes your content a lot smoother and better quality. Now, gimbals can range anywhere from like maybe $80 all the way up to like probably $500. This gimbal I use is a DJI Osmo Mobile. I'm actually not exactly sure the exact model, but we'll link it somewhere. They're always coming out with new models. But essentially, as long as you have a gimbal that holds your phone, whether it be a $100 one or a $300 one, it really doesn't matter. I've had 2 different types of gimbals. One was a super old DJI one. It worked perfect, and now I got this newer one, and it's just as good. But honestly, go to Amazon. We'll have links to a bunch of different gimbals you can get, depending on how much you're gonna wanna spend. Now, I will say, the phone is something you obviously need to have. And if you're an agent, I should hope you have a phone. So that's an amazing step. The second necessity is what we just talked about, the gimbal. I would say if you do have $100 to spend and you're okay with that, this would be a non-negotiable. Go and get a gimbal, because your phone with those high-end camera settings and then also putting that on a gimbal to stabilize it, it will make wonders. It'll make your filming so much smoother, better, and honestly easier. So I would say this is the exact setup you need. And now we're gonna move on to the next items, but they're not a necessity. They're more an add-on once you get good at videos, or if you just got some extra money and you wanna go all out, then these next items will be perfect for you. But if you're just getting started on video and you just want the basics to get started, then this will work perfect. For 2.5 years, I've been doing this for about 3.5 now. This is all I used. No microphones, no drone, no nothing, just phone and a gimbal. The third piece of gear, and once again, is not a necessity, but will take your filming to the next level, are microphones. So I use these microphones, the DJI mobile microphones. I think they're absolutely amazing. This thing literally plugs into your phone, and then you got 2 different microphones here. So if you're filming with someone, and they could also wear a microphone and it records straight onto your phone, these are absolutely amazing. Now, these aren't a necessity, like I said, because the microphone that your phone has is just as good. Like I, for the longest time, would just use that because whenever I'm talking close to the camera, doing a selfie video, that was typically fine. But then sometimes maybe it'd be windy outside, or I'll be standing far away from the camera and my phone wouldn't pick up my voice and I'd be like yelling, and it's just, the audio wasn't as good. So then I went and got some microphones. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, okay, well, like how much are these microphones? These ones are about $400. Actually, I think they're maybe $450 now. So they are quite expensive, but these I would say are some of the best, if not the best, that you can get for using it with your phone. But if you want to, you're more budget conscious and you just want to get the cheaper ones out there that are still good, you can go on Amazon and find some for like $50, and they're just fine, not as good as these ones, but you plug them into their phone and they will work great. And we'll have links to all of that down below in the description. So whether you want the high-end ones or the low end, it's there. But once again, not a necessity, but it does take your filming up to the next level. And now for the fourth and final piece of gear. Now, this really takes your content to the next level, and it's the funnest, a drone. Now, this is very much for those agents out there that have already been filming, already putting videos out, and are familiar with, how stuff works. What I mean by that is I've seen a lot of people go and get drones, well, agents particularly, and then they'll fool around with the drone, and then they don't get the best shots, and they're worrying about how to edit these big files, and they just never post videos. I'd recommend once you get into the flow of posting videos with your phone and gimbal, and you're getting some traction, you're comfortable with editing and doing all that, then you could go level up and get a drone. But this is not a necessity. I think I went 2 years of posting, so well over almost 700 videos, never using a drone. Viral videos, sold a ton of homes, never used a drone. Drone is just a very much add-on thing to really take your videos to the next level. Now, this particular drone is the one I would highly recommend. Now, there are less expensive drones out there, but honestly, if you're gonna spend the money to get a drone, get a good one because it's such a good investment. You'll have it for a while and the content looks that much better. So the drone I use is the DJI Mini 4 Pro. Okay, so there's a bunch of different drones that DJI has. I used to have the Mini 3, which is just as good. And there's also the Mini 4. So there's the Mini 4 and then the Mini 4 Pro. So there's a couple differences now. Now the Mini 4, I believe, is around $1,000 and maybe $1,200. And then the Mini 4 Pro is this one and is about $400 to $500 more. And the big differences are gonna be the sensors. So the Pro version of these drones, if it's flying, you're about to hit the house, it'll stop, sense it, beep, 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 and not collide. There's collision assist, where the non-Pros do not have that. My Mini 3, I decided not to get the Pro version because I was being cheap and wanted to save $300. Well, guess what? 3 days of using it, I flew it into the side of a building and it got destroyed. And let me tell you, trying to get a new one of these from DJI takes quite a while because they do have some awesome warranty, shout out to them, but it did take a long time and I ended up just buying another one. But getting the Pro and spending more money in the investment of having the sensors is huge. So DJI Mini 4 Pro, or go pick up a DJI Mini 3 Pro if you can still find one. Now, there's also an option of the remotes that come with this, right? I believe the Mini 4 Pro, there's a lot of like packages where you can get extra batteries. I think it's a Fly More kit it's called. And then the controller with this screen. I would highly recommend that because previously I once again cheaped out and went for the controller where there is no screen here. So what happens is you actually can put your phone up here and plug it in, and then your phone is the screen. Now, I didn't like that because, well, at first when I bought that, I was like, oh, that's awesome. My phone can be the screen. Why do I need this more expensive controller with the screen there when my phone can do it? Well, let me tell you, when you're filming a bunch of content all day and then you go plug your phone in the controller to use it, your phone gets hot, takes up the battery. If you're flying the drone, then all of a sudden a call comes in or just anything happens to your phone, it gets so annoying. So if you do have the extra money, I would highly recommend to get the controller that has the screen in it so you don't need to use your phone for flying the drone or anything like that. And before I move on, I want to talk about the most important reason on why I recommend the Mini 4 Pro by DJI or any of their Mini 3 or Mini 4 drones is because they film vertical. Now, a lot of drones out there will only film horizontal and wide angle, which is great for YouTube, but for TikTok and short form Instagram, you're going to want to shoot vertical. So this camera will actually turn so it films horizontal and vertical. And that is a must for short form content because I've worked with some videographers where they only have wide angle and then they crop the drone shots, but you can tell it's cropped and it's too zoomed in. So this drone is absolutely amazing and it's under 250 grams, the weight. So that means you do not need a license and you can fly this thing basically anywhere. I don't like no licensing, no nothing. I fly this all around downtown Calgary, other cities I've been to, even Los Angeles. I flew this around like crazy because it's under that weight restriction for needing a license or a lot of other restrictions and stuff like that. So this drone, you can literally fold it up and put it in your pocket, even if you want. Like, it's literally so small. You can put it in your pocket, easy to travel with, and you can literally fly this thing basically anywhere. All right, and there you guys have it. This is my whole gear and setup that I use to film my videos. And once again, you guys, keep this simple. All you need is a phone, which you've already got. You might even be watching this video on your phone. And the second necessity, I would say if you got $100 laying around, go and get a gimbal. With this, you can go and make viral content just like my videos. You can go get leads and you can go and sell more homes. The drone, the microphones, that's all add-ons that you can always get to take your videos to the next level, but it's not a necessity. And what's more important than all this gear is actually doing the content. Go and shoot videos. Because I know some agents that have way better gear than me. They got the newer phone, the better gimbal, the better drone, but they're not getting the views I am because they're not simply posting. So go and get the gimbal, attach your phone to it, and go film, and later on go and get this stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want to get more tips on making content as a realtor and just being a realtor in general, make sure to check the description below for more details and watch way more of Kurtis's videos, and I'm hoping he's going to bring me on so I can teach you guys some more stuff in the future.